Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to get your string back on your roller blind mechanism if yours managed to do what mine did and popped off whilst in use. So it's not a difficult fix, but it was a little bit fiddly, so I thought I'd make a video and show you how I did it so that you could probably fix yours without having to buy a new one. So I have already made a roller blind fix. It was a different problem, so go check that video out. I'll put a link in the description. And before we start, if you want to like and subscribe, that would be great. So to fix this problem, I had to first, if I show you here, the bit that holds the mechanism together for mine was within this sort of casing. There was like a tube and it was inside, and I couldn't get at the mechanism with a pair of pliers easy enough to then be able to pop it out. So what I had to do for this particular one, to take the mechanism apart, because to get the string back in, you can't just feed it through very easily. I did try and it wouldn't work, so I've had to take it apart. So to get this piece here more accessible, I first took a hacksaw and I carefully hacksawed round the outside of the tube and then just popped it off, being careful not to damage the mechanism on the inside. So now as in this position, it's much easier to be able to take your mechanism apart by compressing it. For my one here, where it's quite old and obviously it's been spinning and worn itself, it made the grooves a little bit bigger, so just by compressing them together like this wasn't enough. So I had to just take the edges of these retainers off with a hacksaw, a little junior hacksaw, to be able to, I mean it's still on there now, so there's plenty holding mine on still, but that allowed me to be able to get a decent pair of pliers on to compress it, to then be able to take it out. So once you take it apart, take this bit off and put it aside, you then want to loosen this spring out. Now if you've watched my other video about a roller blind not working, not going up and down properly, or it won't hold itself up, it just unravels, it's to do with this spring that had broken. These are the two nibs. Obviously this is one I haven't fixed, and that is what is going on in the other video, so check that one out and you'll see how to fix that if that ever happens to you. So what we have to do here is just, you want to just get this spring up the barrel a little bit so that you can pull these two pieces apart. And now where you've got them pulled apart, there's enough there. You don't have to fully take everything off and in bits, so you've got enough there to be able to put the string back round. So just get it back in the groove. I mean, you could take it all apart if you wanted, if you found it easier, but I haven't for this time, or when I actually fixed it the first time, so you don't need to. So once you're here and you've got it back in, you're going to want to push this spring back down, otherwise it won't work properly, making sure that you've retained this plastic bit here in between the two nibs. So then when you put this piece back on, you need to get this plastic bit here within the grooves here, so that goes in there, back on, and then that is fixed. As you said, I've had to doctor mine a little bit to get at it. You might not have to. You might be able to just compress yours and it'll push out. Yours might not have like this over barrel on yours. My other roller mechanism didn't, so you might not even have this bit to have to cut off, but if you do, that's all I had to do was just, I mean, if you can get it without having to cut anything and you can get it open, then that's best bet. But if not, then if you're only going to throw it away, you might as well try fix it. So after you've popped it all back together and it's solid, you can test it by holding it together. So that will rotate one way, rotate the other, and then if you didn't rotate it and you just try to spin this, you can't. So effectively that would be roll the blind up, gravity pulls against it and it can't go anywhere. So that is how you put the string back on your roller blind mechanism. Hopefully that might save you a bit of money, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers guys.